You got the things in front of you too? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm asking you that. You're not your mom. Okay.
Because it's good to make sure, and I appreciate you checking on me. Thank you. I like to be checked on.
I need a new picture for you on your Gmail because it's like you literally 10 years ago. It's like you from like our girls.
Oh, that was like 15 years ago.
Is that just attached to your Gmail or have you changed it?
No, I haven't changed it since the beginning of time.
You look so different.
It's the same photo of me drunk at like 6:30 in the morning after I woke up.
You just do that to keep yourself humble?
Yeah.
Keep yourself, okay.
And when people then see me now, they're like, wow.
Okay.
Because I honestly highly recommend it. Really.
I love a little Gmail bait and switch.
Give a really bad picture of yourself, especially like on your phone or something like that, because then people look at you and go, you look really good today.
Whoa, you look gorgeous. Wait, are we keeping this in?
Yeah, we're keeping it
everybody.
in.
Welcome to
I want to keep it in.
We're talking about Jackie Zabrowski, my co-host.
Welcome to the show,
dating
everybody.
and switching people with her old Gmail photo is her a long time ago. She looks very different, what a great strategy.
Yeah,
what a great strategy. I'm your other host, Kara Klank. Welcome to Who's the Bitch. This is our first post-bitchathon episode.
Yes.
Thank you to everybody who came to the chat, everybody who called in. I'm obsessed with the live shows now. I miss being every other week with the live shows, but I also kind of love the jumbo size. We get to talk to way more people. We get in it in the chat.
Get way more info.
We get more info. We can kind of relax. It doesn't feel like, oh, we got to end this call because we got. Some people one person commented on like Spotify or something, being like, Kara needs to let people tell their whole story. I'm like, Kara needs to move the show along.
Yes, which also is funny because usually I feel like it's me that gets that. So honestly, I appreciate that you share it.
Sometimes people, I think this happens on my other podcast. People will be like, Kara needs to stop doing this. I'm like, you're talking about the other one, or they'll be like, Lisa is always doing this, and I'm like, you're
just mixing us up.
It's the wrong person.
Yeah.
But whatever. We both have, throaty low voices, I guess.
I'll take it.
I understand.
I love it throaty and low.
It's October 8th today that this episode's coming out. And so we're less than a week out from the release of Life of a Showgirl.
Oh my God, which is not what I'm seeing because it's still stuck in my head. It's like, gotta be golden. I've got K-pop Demon Hunter stuck in my head, but yes, I am talking Taylor Swift just for a minute.
Yeah, just for a sec.
And I did want to throw out there, Times of a Showgirl. I'm not the best Swiftie. Life of a Showgirl.
No, I'm not a massive Swiftie. There are definitely songs I like. She's not my favorite artist on the planet, but more power to you. I'm not talking shit. I thought that some of the songs on the episode so many songs, a couple of songs on the album for me were very cringy.
Yes.
But a couple of them I love.
Yes.
So good for you. I think it's like back in the 90s and stuff, it's like there were albums that were no skips or whatever, but if an album came out with like 2 or 3 good songs, you were like, that's a hit.
Right, right. And I think that it's fun. I know that Holden and I were really hoping for and this is what we were assuming. We were hoping and assuming that this is going to be, I finally got the big hot football player and now I'm going to fuck the big hot football player. And that's kind of the album that we got.
That's some of it,
and that is and that portion of the album I think is a lot of fun. I mean, it's talking about that song called Wood, about how she doesn't have to knock on wood and about how it opens up her thighs.
It's a lot of dick double entendre.
There's a lot.
It's a lot of double dick entendre.
Yes. And I am not the kind of person that really lays down at the feet of Taylor Swift for her lyricism. I'm saying she's way more talented than I could ever write because I'm like, I'll stick my breast in the water bottle and now it's wet. And that would be my sexy song. But she wouldn't appreciate that. So it's difficult for me to listen to this and be like, she should have done this, and I can't believe she didn't do this.
We're not musicians, but
I think there's some bops on it. There's some bops on it.
People cannot criticize people for not connecting to lyrics. If you don't connect with someone's lyrics, that's fine.
It's all good. And
if
also a lot of it is cringe.
That's great.
Yes.
Take them. Go for it. I've seen her write some great lyrics. I've seen her write some lyrics that sound like they're from a high school diary. That's fine. I don't know. Everything is, but people are too fucking serious about this girl.
Yes, and I will say, but it's like the song Elizabeth Taylor, it's a bop. And it has been kind of like jumping back into my brain.
Actually, romantic song is like really stuck in my head. Because I guess it does does sample Weezer, but when I heard it, I was like, Jared goes, this sounds like a 90s song. And I go, yeah, it was like giving me Liz Phair. It was giving me Weezer and I guess the Pixies. And I guess she sampled that.
Yes.
Even though it's not in the song credits. Do you put someone in a credit for the song when you sample?
I feel like you should, but I don't know anything about it.
Credits and like the Weezer guys are not in there. So I don't know, but I'm not trying to start shit. Jesus. I mean, I'm always constantly scared these people are going to come out.
Don't worry. Tay is out here starting shit because she is, that song is like the whole rift that people are saying like the lyrics were about Charlie XCX.
I didn't even know her and Charlie had a thing.
Well, they didn't. I mean, Charlie used to open for, or no, was it Taylor that used to open for Charlie? I'm sorry. Swifties don't come at me. I remember that
Charlie opened for Taylor.
Charlie opened for Taylor. So I know that Holden saw that specific show when she was opening for Taylor on Rep. And so I guess things have fallen asunder as time has gone on. But I will throw this out there. I wouldn't start a fight with Charlie XCX.
No.
She doesn't seem like a bitch I'd want to poke at.
No, she seems like a bitch in like a cool way. I think Charlie XCX is cool.
I want her to put a cigarette out on my face.
At a time when like a lot of pop stars are kind of doing a lot of the same shit.
Yes.
And I mean, I'll be honest, like people are emulating Taylor. Like, why not? She's the big bitch on campus or whatever. I like that Charlie XCX is like fucking sex, drugs, and rock and roll. She's like a little bit more punk. And like she's executive producing, overcompensating. She's doing all the music for Wuthering Heights. I mean, like,
my God, Wuthering Heights.
She does cool shit. Like, I think she's cool.
Heights.
She's a cool bitch. I mean, you're going to slide right off your seat.
Woo. This is, and I know that it's not all for me, but like, I don't know if you've watched the trailer for The Bride.
Just saw it last night at the,
I mean, what are we,
one battle after another?
You know I'm a monster fucker. So for me, The Bride is my everything.
Oh, Jared Frankenstein. He bought one of Jeff's things that's like a Frankenstein thing. You know,
I would love to know.
I bought it for him. Sorry.
Does he like the Bonnie and Clyde version of a Frank and Bride? I am curious.
He said, he goes, it's a really different version. Yeah. And so I think he's like he's definitely going to go see it, but he's like really skeptical, I feel like.
It's so funny, the certain people in my life that are friend, Eric that runs the stream network here. He's an old punk dude. And he came up to me, he was like, oh, do you watch the Bride trailer? And I was like, oh, yes, I did. And then as I went to say, it's going to be great, he went, it's going to suck. And I was like, this is the two of us on a spectrum, isn't
Jared
it?
is definitely like, I'm going to go see it. But where? But I think he's excited about the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein too. Look at us talking about monster movies here at our first episode of October.
Yes.
Or no, actually, I guess our last one was technically on October 1st. But
now I'm thinking about Oscar Isaac, though, and you can't take that away from me.
I love him.
Marone.
He's so hot.
Yabo,
I'm going to just tell people I named my son after him. Okay, so...
well, don't do that, right? Is that the opposite of what you
I'll be
want?
like, yeah, there's this actor that makes me really horny, and so I just named my son after him.
Then I can think about him all the time.
No, I didn't even think about it, but Oscar Isaac is so my type, even though if you know what my husband looks like, that is...
He doesn't look like Oscar
marry my type.
Should we talk
I did not
about
marry
this?
my type, but that's always who I've been more into is like that sort of swarthy look that Oscar Isaac has. I think he's so fucking hot. Anyway,
on over.
So wait, you were gonna say Selena Gomez. Congratulations from Who's the Bitch podcast to Selena Gomez for getting married.
Oh yeah,
and you were saying Taylor was like stealing a little bit of thunder.
It's not her fault.
Yeah, she's just Taylor Swift.
She's just Taylor Swift, and I did posit to Kara that I was like, is it bitchy of Taylor Swift to go to Selena Gomez's wedding when everybody then was talking about what Taylor Swift did and said and acted at Selena Gomez's wedding?
Here's my thing.
Okay, what?
Inside information. I have friends that went to another wedding that Taylor Swift attended.
Okay.
And I won't say who was getting married, but they were at this wedding, and the friend told me that like Taylor was like pulling focus a lot. Like just like during the ceremony, like a mic stopped working and she was like, the mic's not working. You know what I mean? Like just like really kind of like being annoying. And so I think it's one thing to show up and just, I mean, there's obviously going to be other mega celebrities at Selena Gomez's wedding, right? Like, I mean, I'm hoping Martin Short and Steve.
Oh, they were definitely
and Steve Martin were there.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Oh, yes.
And, like, I'm sure that was like a star-studded affair. So it's not like Taylor. But so if people are talking about Taylor, it's almost like I wonder if she was extra, or was it just like everybody knew that if you did an article about Taylor, because
it was going to get sold.
That's so big, that's what's going to get clicked on.
And
because
you're right.
It coincides with an album release happening. So like I said before, I think on this podcast, everything is marketing. Anything you think is like organic is not. Everything is like PR and marketing. And so it's like people are
never think otherwise. Everything is planned.
Well, people are literally thinking about clicks. So it's like, are you going to be like, wow, Steve Martin really hit up the buffet at Selena Gomez's wedding? Or are you going to be like, Taylor stuns in a red number at Selena's wedding? I mean, of course you're going to do the Taylor Swift article.
Of course, because that's what's going to get sold. And you're so right. But because that's really
she's damned if she does, she's damned if she doesn't.
Because what if she didn't
show up? And then it's like they're in a feud. It's the biggest day of her friend's life.
You have to go. So I just felt like it's like, it wasn't bitchy to go and then pull focus.
I want these girls to have each other. I think it's so mindfucky and crazy to be as famous as they both are. Like, I went on Selena's, I don't follow Selena. I went on her page to see her wedding photos. She has 400 million followers.
Oh, yeah.
On Instagram. That's psychotic. Like, so I'm like, I want them to have each other because it's like nobody can understand the kind of lives they live except for each other.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I don't like to see these girlies fall out with each other. Even Charlie, I'm like, be friends.
Yeah, but that's what everybody says, that Tay, not a girl's girl. That's what they say. They say she's not a girl's girl.
I think her ambition is probably something you've never even...
I can feel it by the Swifties right now.
I feel her level of ambition is like something we probably would be scorched by if we were even close up to it. Like,
yes.
And so that's probably hard to be friends with anybody, but who knows? I'm glad her and Selena have each other. Swifties, please don't come for us. We like her. Fine. Okay. So let's start the episode.
Let's start her fine. It's fine the way we like her.
Okay, so our first segment of the show today is going to be General Bitchery. And in General Bitchery, we like to talk about, we like to give an update. And I know we just did a full update episode and it's gotten some of the updates coming out of the woodwork. So I'm going to share an update here. Now, if you'll remember, this is an episode update from around the summer. Shoot, I should know exactly what episode it is, but you guys will remember it's the episode where our caller Morgan has two best friends, a guy and a girl, and the guy married the other girl's younger sister who was 18.
That's right.
And we were all like, what?
Like a younger sister.
He must have gotten her pregnant. There's something creepy that we still think that's very creepy. There's no way they fell in love after her 18th birthday. Like she had just turned 18 when they got married.
And they had no idea that they were even into each other or together.
And the family was up in arms. And so Morgan has provided us with an update and via voicemail, and I'm going to play it for
Bless
you
now.
Thank you for calling. Who's the bitch? Tell us in the voicemail who's the bitch. Beep. Hi, Kara and Jackie. This is Morgan. I'm the one who called in a while back about my two best friends, where one of them just suddenly blindsided us by marrying the other friend's little sister as soon as she turned 18. First, I just want to say, this community is incredible. I saw so many comments of support. Everyone is so, so kind, and I felt incredibly validated seeing other people acknowledging that this situation was not okay.
Oh.
And the fact that y'all took time to give advice and give your thoughts, I can't thank you enough. I'm extremely grateful for y'all and for this community that you've built. And I just wanted to say that at the top.
We love our bitch lane.
Because
love
unfortunately,
you.
the update I have to give is probably not going to be a very satisfying update. Also, I'm so sorry. I'm losing my voice a bit. So I'm sorry if I sound froggy.
You're killing it, babe.
I didn't want to leave everyone hanging. So just a quick update of the current situation. So I know the last time I called in, I was talking about how Sarah and Lily's parents were very upset about the situation. Sarah was very upset about the situation. Obviously, I was upset. But seemingly overnight, everyone seems to have done like a 180 and is suddenly accepting of the relationship. Like, I'm not on Facebook, but apparently like Sarah and Lily's parents were like posting on Facebook, like welcoming their new son-in-law.
What?
And the fact that like everyone just seems to be okay with this now is making me feel like I'm crazy for thinking it's fucked up. And the fact that I seem to be the only one who thinks that now, like, I'm like, am I crazy? But I'm not crazy because y'all, everyone else sees that everyone who is not directly related to the situation sees that it is not okay. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot to say this up top. But the biggest thing is that I saw lots of people speculating that Lily was pregnant. Thank Christ. I'm not religious, but thank Christ she is not pregnant. I can confirm she is not.
Okay, thank God. All right, okay.
I'm to the fuck out by the situation. I think it's gross, and I think illegal things definitely did happen. But she at least is not pregnant. So that is a massive relief. And I think, like, where Sarah is right now is just that she kind of wants, like, I don't think she's, like, as accepting, but she just, like, doesn't want to lose Lily, which is kind of where I'm at too. You know, like, I'd feel horrible if she needed me or if anything was to happen and I wasn't there. Like, I would not forgive myself ever for that. So I want to be there for her, but I just feel so uncomfortable. I feel so uncomfortable around Jason and uncomfortable around everyone who is just pretending that this is okay. So now I kind of just feel stuck. Like, I can't abandon Lily. I can't abandon these people who are like a second family to me. But just like within the past few weeks, my whole view of them has changed, and I don't know if I can continue to have them in my life. And that's so hard. And I don't even want to think about that possibility, but I don't know what else to do. So again, thank you so much for the validation, for the advice. I'm incredibly grateful. And again, unsatisfying update, but that's where we're at right now. If anything else big happens, I will definitely give another call. I just wanted to let everyone know because, again, I saw lots of comments wanting to know what was happening. And again, just the biggest thing is her not being pregnant. I'm very happy about that. But so that's where we're at right now. I'm just feeling like an insane person who is the only one that sees how weird this situation is. So thank you again. I appreciate it.
Gee, Morgan, thanks for calling in with the update, but you're right. I'm very unsatisfied with everybody.
I am satisfied that she is not pregnant, that it's not like them trying to shove a marriage. And I am at least satisfied with that. And I also appreciate, Morgan, for you taking the time to explain this to us, because hopefully that also helped your brain a little bit more, because I feel like as you talked about it, you realize, I don't know if I can continue to support Lily, even though I feel like in times like this, it's the point of when you have to realize, is it better do I want to continue the friendship between, now I feel like you've already decided the friend that has chosen to marry the younger sister, you're not really friends with anymore, but then do you want to be there for Lily? And do you want to be there for Lily's sister as well? And how you feel about supporting them through this experience?
And you have this like relationship with the guy that he was one of your best friends too.
And not that this is an enemy situation, but I feel like this is kind of the time when you have to decide, do I want to distance myself to protect myself, which is completely understandable, or do I want to maintain the connection so that I can always be there for the younger sister if she ever needs help?
Yeah.
But that's so difficult to do, to put on yourself.
Because, I think I've talked about it on this podcast before. I had a friend who got into a relationship with a much younger person, and I also felt like it started before it was appropriate.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And they are now married. They're my close friends. Because now so much time has passed where I don't feel like that person is in a
dangerous situation.
Or in a power differential.
Right.
You know, like I don't feel like there's a difference of a power imbalance anymore. Where I did at the beginning because of the age and like there were other factors like status of like history. Like there is other factors, you know? So I think it's okay for you to like, I was very step backy kind of in that situation. I think it's okay for you to like, maybe not attend every single event if it makes you uncomfortable, or maybe try not to go to events where like he's going to be there or something, you know, and try to just support Sarah, your friend, this is her younger son. I mean, like you said, her parents are being very like, yes, but I wonder if she, the sister is still like, oh my God. Because this is like you three are like an old group of friends. It's not even like, it's like, even if it wasn't your sister, you just are marrying someone I didn't know you were dating. It's just a betrayal. Like, and then it being a sister of one of the friends is quadruple as bad.
Yes, and
I just can't even imagine this.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. That's why completely understandable if you decide for yourself, I'm going to take a step back from all of this. I'm not going to go to the wedding. I don't want to support any of this. Completely okay.
That's totally okay. It sounds like you're saying you can't really do that because these are like your second family. But I don't know. I think even in your family, you can like take a step back and be like, I'm not down with this.
I think you can take a step back and not physically. Like if you can still show, like it's like, all right, I will be there. And not that I'm saying malicious compliance here, but I will be here, but I'm not vocally supporting anything.
And I'm not maybe entrusting my deepest, darkest hopes and fears and like issues that are going on with me with someone who I feel like has broken my trust and done something that's shady.
Right.
But
so you go to support the family. In the same way, there are just times when you go to physically, maybe you don't support the entire thing, but you go to support another person. Yeah. And sometimes they're just difficult journeys we have to go through.
Oh my God. Let us know when this eventually blows up, because I kind of feel like it's going to. But that's just me.
I hope it happens before the wedding.
But thank you for the update. And anyone else with updates, let us know. We love an update. Okay, let's get to our solicited advice. Our first submission over email. Jackie, give it a read. It's short and sweet, and I have a lot to say about it.
You've got
My husband won't get a fucking vasectomy because he's a procrastinator and I schedule all his appointments. But they won't let me schedule this one because he has to. Love the personal autonomy for the man. Rarely see it for us women. Am I the bitch if I withhold sex from him until he gets one? I hate condoms, and I'm running out of other ideas. I've had 3 kids in 4 years, all boys. Snip this man so mama can get it, right? Oh my God.
Okay, that's such a great, succinct email.
Let's Medea the fuck out of him.
I mean, first of all, it is so fucking misogynistic that like they won't let you schedule the appointment for him, because it's not like when he gets there, he's coming of his own volition. It's not like, but scheduling the appointment, it's like assistants are allowed to schedule all kinds of medical appointments for their bosses. I schedule stuff for my husband all the time. And that for this one, they're like, we need to know that he doesn't want to spread his seed. Like, give me a fucking break. I want to like just have my husband schedule my mammogram or like, I guess would be equivalent to like scheduling like a tubal ligation or something like that. But it's like, you even hear of women where doctors are like, I have to ask your husband if I'm going to tie your tubes, like that, and that's not even that. That's not old. That's not that's I've heard of people doing that like current. So
a friend of mine went because of all of the issues she was having with her uterus and was trying to get a hysterectomy and was like going through the process of it. It took her so long when she how many times she had to start physically bringing her husband with her so that they could just get his permission in person.
Gross. And I can't imagine
this month. This is still
what state? Do you know?
Here.
Yeah, like that's what's crazy.
Los Angeles.
Imagine like deep red states and stuff where it's like, well, we're not gonna be able to make that decision for you unless your husband, who partly owns you, can come and weigh in.
Isn't that it's so crazy to me because
crazy.
that's the thing. Like, if you also want to tubal the ligation as well, they want to know that your partner, but you can get usually a vasectomy. I feel like this is the first I've heard of, unless they're too young. I will say I know people with penises that have tried to get a vasectomy young, and they've thought, like, done the like, why don't you think about it and come back to us kind of thing.
Is that they're fucking reversible. It's just expensive.
Right.
I think it's like very expensive to reverse it. But like, I don't know. Like, if you want to get it, I don't know. I just feel like they're not more expensive than a child to get it reversed. But yeah, I think you are absolutely within your right to withhold sex. You've been in charge of the birth control, it sounds like, for a long time. I mean,
in charge of the child making for a long time?
You've given your body to making 3 children. And if you don't like the feel of condom, listen, I'm pro condoms for people that are like young and just fucking around. But yeah, in your relationship, if you're like, this is my one partner or whatever, and I don't want to wear condoms, like, go get the vasectomy. They're not that painful. Men are such little bitches about it. Compared to childbirth, it's truly nothing. And this is a partnership, and you're procrastinating. And guess what I'm procrastinating on? Sex. You're not going to get it until you make this appointment. And I'll tell you, he's going to make it.
There are very few ultimatums I usually like check off on that I feel like I'm like, oh, that's
I'm not a big ultimatum person, right? But here it's like, no, fuck this.
I think that this, especially if it would be one thing if your husband didn't want it and you were doing refusing to do it, like then I think that's a whole other conversation. But if he's just not making the appointment,
fuck that.
No.
Because first of all, he has to go make the appointment.
Baby.
Yeah, he has to make the appointment. Then you have to wait for the appointment to happen. Then you have to go back like a couple months later and jizz in a cup to make sure it's all blanks or whatever.
Spermless.
Then you have to do that again. So it's like, it's not just like, oh, as soon as he gets it, you guys can start raw dogging. I mean, like, you kind of have to wait for these 2 other experiments to happen.
It's a journey.
So it's like a whole process of a few months. And so him like holding on, like, I mean, once he gets it, you guys can, I don't know, figure out what you're going to do. It's like, at least, you know, he's gone through step 1.
Yes.
But it's like, it's a whole fucking process. So get on it. Yeah. Like, I don't know. We just go to so many appointments and have so much invasive shit happen to our bodies when we're having babies, or even when we're not having babies, women.
Oh, yeah.
Like, even like pap smears. Like, I just got one last week. It's fucking uncomfortable. It's like so much worse things happen to women's bodies, like through the course of a general health, keeping up your general health, that it's like, just go get your little vasectomy. It's not that big of a deal.
Get that snip.
Like, if he's not doing it because of some other reason, like, I don't know, I might want to have more kids, then you guys got to talk about it. But if it's just like, I'm not making the call, it's like, put it in your fucking calendar and make the call. I'm so sick of weaponized incompetence from men. Sorry.
It makes me think of that you remember the old air conditioning commercial where like they're both sweating and he's like, oh, I'll do it later. And she goes up to him and she goes, you'll do it now.
Yeah.
And it's one of these situations.
Yeah.
You're going to do it now.
Oh, God. Anyway.
Or at least know, like,
3 boys under 4, kill me.
Yeah, it seems like you might be a little busy with a couple of other things. I think you could take this off your plate.
Yeah. Come on. It'll be so much better for everybody, too. No, you know, you can have fun. Don't have to worry about getting pregnant. Don't have to worry about anything.
Condoms.
Just get, you know, although condoms perfectly fine for if you're out there just living your best sexually healthy life. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna play a voicemail, but the caller in the voicemail refers to an email that they sent us a month ago. So I'm going to summarize the email from a month ago so that you guys know what she's talking about in this voicemail. Okay. So she wrote us and said, I have a friend D who's been married for over a decade, 2 kids, 8 and 11. At one point, her husband cheated. She forgave him. They moved on. Last week, another friend named T tells the writer that D has been having an affair with a guy who lives in another city. They worked together for a long time and it turned sexual at a work conference. And now they're having quote unquote fuck weekends whenever they can. She tells the husband she's got work. She tells work she's got kids' sports events. And then she goes off to her little affair. And the guy she's having the affair with, the writer writes, is quote, an absolute train wreck of a man. He's an alcoholic who was recently fired from his job for showing up to work drunk, and he has a child whom he never sees. End quote. So the friend T told the writer about the affair. So T is struggling because D is like proud of the affair, and T is like, I don't like that she's doing that. I don't condone it. And D is like, well, my husband doesn't support me, even though he's home with the kids while she's spending money on flights, fancy hotels, and dinners with the fuck buddy. So T has tried to tell D, I don't condone this, but I will support you when it eventually blows up. And D will not listen. She's blinded by the dick, as the writer writes, and is not thinking about the devastating consequences this affair will have on career, relationship with kids, marriage, etc. They've gotten very reckless, according to the writer. The fuck buddy's ex sent D a screenshot of her husband's profile, suggesting like she might spill. He's calling D at work. D thinks this is all quote unquote cheeky and hilarious. And she and
the whole family.
Yeah. And D does not know that the writer knows about this affair. And it's been hard for the writer to also interact with her because it really does make the writer think less of D.
Yeah.
So she's like, D is the bitch for having this affair, but am I the bitch for judging her and thinking less of her without being upfront about the fact that I don't know what's going on? Okay. So then this writer just sent us an update a month later because we never read this on air. I didn't get to it, but this update seems interesting. So now I'm putting it all together.
Let's get into it.
Thank you for calling Who's the Bitch. Tell us in the voicemail who's the bitch. Beep.
Hey guys, I am sending you this from my office. Shit has gone down. I sent you guys an email about a month ago. Actually, I think it was literally a month to the day, about my colleague who is married with children and is carrying on with a cross-town affair.
Great speaking voice, by the way.
Shit has hit the fan. So my friend, I can't even remember the names that I used last time around, but my friend T had told me about this affair. The affairer, D, did not know that I knew and still doesn't know. So on Saturday day, T, D, me, and a bunch of other girls went out for an all-day drinking event.
Hell yeah.
And a couple of us, another lady on the scene, who I will call E, ended up on the town. I was drinking mid-strength beers during the day, so I wasn't really tipsy. So I kind of did push the envelope a little bit to speed things up to get the night going.
Yeah, I've been there.
I remember speaking to E, but I don't really remember what I said.
Oh, no.
I did kind of have this lingering feeling of anxiety the next day that I couldn't quite pinpoint, but I felt like maybe subconsciously I knew what I had done. So today I'm sitting in my office and I get a text message from T which says, "Oh my God, you told insert name of E." And I wrote back and I was like, "What do you mean?" And she writes back, "You told E about D."
Oh no.
T then comes into my office and we have a chat. T thinks that we should do damage control and get ahead of it and tell D that not only did T break her promise and tell me, but then I went ahead and blabbered to E. T thinks that D may not speak to either of us once she finds out. T has spoken to E. Oh, sorry, I should backtrack. The only reason T knows I told E is because E came downstairs and spoke to T today, saying that I'd drunkenly blabbed it to her on Saturday night and how I was talking about how bad I felt for the kids. Yeah, it's not good. I feel like a terrible person. I feel like I've potentially lost a friend. I've also betrayed T's trust in blabbing her secret. Just all around a pretty shitty situation. I should also note that E, while she's in our friend circle, she's also one of our bosses. And it could potentially ruin Dee's career, I guess, if she decided to tell it to our other bosses. Obviously, they wouldn't fire her for that, but I think they would think worse of her. Anyway, I know I'm the bitch in this situation because my dumb mouth just blabbed. I don't think this was very concise. I'm still mulling over it, but I guess I'm inclined to take the coward's way out and we all just pretend that we don't know about it. T seems to think that we do need to tell D that we all know, especially since I told E. Appreciate your thoughts. Bye.
Oh,
baby.
okay, you might be the bitch, but you're a bitch in a bad sitch. Can we just throw that out there? Like, you were in a very difficult situation. I'm just saying this out the gate.
Loose, drunk bitches sink ships.
They certainly do. But sometimes when you are told something that, especially when it has to do with like a friend and how they're treating their entire family, I understand looking at that situation from afar, being like, but shouldn't we say something?
Yeah.
Because she's being very...
It's like watching a train wreck.
You're watching it happen in slow motion, especially as you watch the boundaries slip away from D as like taking calls from this person while they're at work and getting a little bit looser with it. That I feel you're watching this and being like, I've got to say something.
Yeah.
Something has to, because especially when you're at an all-day drinking event, I mean...
I feel like D on a subconscious level wants this to all blow
get
up. Like,
found
you're
out.
not playing it that quiet. You're letting this person call work, like whatever. I think that, it's tough because alcohol does kind of like explain away. It doesn't explain away anything, but it is kind of like shit. Like, yeah, we got drunk and we were talking, we were like sharing secrets. That happens, you know, like that does happen. And it's like, you're not a bad person. I don't think you're a bad person. I think we've all fucking done that. And especially when you're like, oh my God, you drink, it's truth serum. Like truly, you're just saying, I think that it's tough too, because T told you because they were struggling with watching their friend do this and how you treat them and how you interact with a friend who's making decisions that you disagree with morally, and you know, like, so it's tough. I mean, the work of it all, oh God, it being a boss is a little bit tricky, but hopefully if E is out drinking with you guys though, I mean, I don't know. It sounds like you're in Australia. I think I've got the accent correctly. I don't know what the HR situation is there, but like, I don't really think bosses are supposed to necessarily be out drinking with friends with coworkers or underlings necessarily, people that are like ranked below them
with power dynamics
because of this kind of thing. Like, you can get people in trouble. You can say things you don't mean to say. So hopefully they're going to cover their own ass as much as your ass and just not say anything. And because I mean,
blowing
also,
all that up is a lot.
It is like like an affair shouldn't affect your work performance, but also she did meet this person through a work conference. So it is like, how are you representing the company when you start an extramarital affair with somebody that you meet at a work conference? Like, how, you know, I don't know. I mean, it feels like someone should just go, D, get a divorce. Like, you don't, you know, I know that there's a lot more to that than.
But maybe that's the place that T is at. That's what I'm hoping, that if the caller writes in and talks to T, who originally told them about it, about like, what has she been saying to D about all of this?
Yeah.
Like, was she saying like, I don't know if you should be doing this? Like, because she's going to now have to go to D and be like, okay, I told X, the caller, because like I was having difficulty watching what you're choosing. And I feel like if a friend came to me and really was upset about my life choices and what I was doing to myself, and especially as someone that used to make very destructive decisions, I have had this conversation before. And usually in the past, depending on when I was talked to about it, I would usually listen because I'm like, okay, inside, I mean, I say this now. At the time, no, I would be very, very defensive. And like, what are you talking about? I don't make bad decisions. And that usually would trigger me to start thinking, oh, but if people are saying this, maybe we should think about this just for a second. At least think about it. So I wonder if at this point, like, does Dee have anyone in her life saying like, girl, what is happening? Like, what is going on with this?
This is the thing. If I were you, this is what I would do for myself. And maybe you're like, this is not your personality and not what you would do. I would literally, all three of you, go get, go to someone's house or like go somewhere kind of like private,
unbiased,
drinks, maybe no
not
alcohol
drinks,
involved. Maybe not alcohol involved, but like, hey, like, can we just chat with you for a little bit? Maybe go get coffee. But I want to say coffee, but I think it would be better if it was like at someone's like home or like a place, like a conference room at work even, where you can like speak freely, but maybe that looks too shady.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Not at work.
Just a place where you guys can chat. And I would say, I think you three need to just tell her everything. I think you need to say,
we should get it out.
Listen, T needs to go, I'm so sorry. I told writer.
Yes.
Because I was feeling really conflicted about everything, and it was hard for me to just carry that on my own. I apologize. I'm sorry I broke your trust. And then I think you could say, and then I'm so sorry. I got a little bit drunk and I spilled it to E. We are not going to tell anybody. Like your secret is safe with us, but we're also getting you together today because we're really worried about you. Like we are your friends and we're worried about you. And and hopefully E would say something like, "Don't worry, this is not going to go to our bosses. Like this is not going to go anywhere outside of this room. But we all are worried about you. And the decisions that you're making. And I know you think that this is like really flippant, but we feel like you could even say, I got drunk and all I kept thinking about was your kids. And I know that's not my business, but like,
but I care about you.
Yeah, I care about you. Like I know this feels like a betrayal,
right?
But I really only said something because I care about you, and I should have just gone back to T to talk about it, but like I didn't, and that was my mistake. Whatever, and just get it all out, and then maybe it's a bit of an intervention, and you can just tell her and then if she's mad at you guys, okay, but like I'm sorry, I don't necessarily think like destructive choices are like secrets that you have to like expect your friends to not know to die for and to die for,
right? Especially something that you're being so flippant about. Like if Dee were treating this with, I don't want to say respect because I don't think that what she's doing is very respectful, but like I feel like not that I'm saying like, oh, you're being so open about it so everybody's gonna know, but I think this bitch is trying to get somebody. I think she's screaming to the world.
She's also probably
asked me about this.
She probably hasn't
I need help.
processed her husband's affair because remember he had an affair.
Oh yeah,
she really hasn't processed husband's affair. This feels exciting. She's getting attention. It feels. I mean, trust me. When you're a mom of two, does it feel fun to go on a trip and stay in a nice hotel and go to nice meals?
Yeah, on a fuckcation where you don't have to deal with any of it.
Sure does. But there's like people involved here, and I think that like she's compartmentalizing a little too hard.
Yeah,
and not realizing that like this is gonna eventually blow up. And I think you guys can also say, I understand if you don't want to spend time with me right now, but like I can't spend time with you until you either stop this affair or tell your husband what's going on or go to therapy or do something. I just feel like I'm watching a slow motion train wreck and it's affecting me. Like emotionally, it's affecting me. And I but also apologize, like take your responsibility for the fact that you should not have told an extra person about what you knew.
Because I believe the caller even said like, or am I going to do the easy way out and not talk about it? But here's the thing. It's not the easy way out. It's easier.
It's going to eat you up.
It's going to eat. That's the thing. Who's it going to eat up? You.
Yeah.
You don't deserve this shit.
She doesn't even know you know.
Exactly. You don't deserve this shit eating you up. That's why even though it might seem like the more difficult option in the long run, talking it through and saying what happened is going to be better for you. And you got to think about you in this situation.
That sucks. Sometimes you get a piece of gossip and you're like, I wish you didn't tell me that.
Please don't tell me this.
That's actually too dark.
I can't handle it.
But, I hope that Dee gets it together. Let us know what you end up doing.
Please.
But this is definitely, I also just think it's like your friendship is not going to go anywhere good while you're all harboring the secret.
It's not.
So I think you need to just tell her and say like, we're telling you now because we want to get it out in the open. Like alcohol's not an excuse, but I would have told her otherwise, like whatever. And is there a way that we can support you in leaving your marriage, in telling your husband, in getting therapy, in doing whatever? Is there ways we can support you?
How do we support you?
Because I know this seems like fun and games, but we feel like you're hurting yourself and you're hurting your family. Okay, but thank you for writing in, Jackie.
Thank you.
Read our next one.
You got it.
First, I gotta say, as a raspy voice lady, what did I write this into myself? I thoroughly enjoy listening to you wonderful ladies every week. Also, hope you're feeling better, Jackie. Thank you, I am.
Yeah.
On to my possibly bitch move. I've been dating my boyfriend, Pat, for 8 years now. When we started dating, I had a 1-year-old son, and Pat was good at the start. He helped out and was sweet with my son. He spoke with me about how he knew that being mid-30s meant that he would likely date a person with a kid, and how he intentionally built his life around having a family and being available. His parents worked a lot and sometimes were absent, so he wanted something different for his future family. It sounded great, and it was, for a while. My son is a great kid, very artsy and more interested in making things than TV or video games. Honestly, very independent and chill for a kid. In the relationship, slowly things started getting kind of weird, though. Intimacy fell off, my responsibilities piled on, and if I asked for help, I was subjected to long rants about what I was doing wrong. I was told suddenly he didn't sign up to help with a kid, when I asked only because I was worried I was pushing myself to exhaustion and couldn't safely drive to my kid's appointment of speech therapy. He would take up things I was interested in or started to do as I got more me time and then do them better than I could. It started feeling like I was being put in my place always, and it's not a place I like. I do things for fun, and he's basically using his money or contacts to up the ante like it's a competition. Pat also started just not being home at night more and more often. He started taking up regular hobbies, drinking and finding any excuse not to be home. Which brings me to my current position, where I'm basically a single parent who works full-time, does all the housework and even the outside of the housework, and on top of all that, I'm keeping myself company each night. It's like I'm in a relationship with a ghost that leaves dishes and messes for me to clean up all the time. My bitch move is I'm planning on leaving. When my son asked if Daddy still liked us, my heart broke, and it woke me up that I'm not setting an example for my son on how to treat a future partner. I've been saving money and I'm looking at houses to buy. I've been doing it on the down low, and one of the houses I'm looking at would need small amounts of work, and I would have to buy furniture, of course. Would I be the bitch if I stayed living with my absentee boyfriend until the house was ready and then break the news to him? Overall, I'm trying to have a smooth transition for my kid, but I don't want to be a bitch to someone I do still love but know I can't continue to be partnered with for much longer. Sorry if this is hard to read or too much. I'm trying to play this close to the vest, but it's hard not to have anyone to bounce this off of. Thank you. Read their name?
Yeah, they signed their name.
Thank you so much, Jess.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, Jess. This is so tough. I mean,
yes.
I know you still love him, but I want to kill him. Sorry, it just makes me mad when somebody like has been with you for 8 years. Like, I mean, he's essentially the only father this kid has ever known. And then it's like, because it's not his genetic material that made this kid up,
all of a sudden,
suddenly like, that's your business. That's not what a partner is.
No.
And then the competitiveness of like picking up this like the things you're doing and being better at them than you. Like, I don't like anything about this.
No.
So, and I want to say my first instinct was like, obviously you've talked to him about this, right? Like, I mean, I'm going to assume just because of like the nature of your email that you're not just like, I'm just going to overnight spring it on him that I'm leaving, and that you haven't had, hopefully you've spoken about, hey, like, you're my partner. I need you to step up and help me with responsibilities with my kid. That's what you've been doing since the beginning. It's weird that you've pulled back on your dedication to being there for me and my child. And also, why aren't we having sex? Like, I'm assuming that you guys have talked about a lot of these issues. And if not, obviously our advice is always like, you gotta bring these things up and talk about it. But assuming that you have, and that you have just come to the conclusion that really the relationship is over and you love him as a person, but the partnership is not working anymore, I don't know. Like the deal of like staying with him while you transit, like that's not a problem for me, unless I guess it's like, is he paying all the rent? It doesn't sound like that's kind of the deal.
Whatever it is, I feel like you are preparing now to leave a situation that is not good for yourself and is not good for your son, and anything you need to do to get out of that situation to take care of yourself in this time period is what you have to do. I feel like with this, you're not ready to leave Pat yet. And rather than saying like, I've got the money and I know that I'm going to be doing these things, is it bad that I'm not leaving him yet? You're not ready to leave yet. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that waiting until you get to the place where you can seamlessly transition yourself and your son into a safe,
if you were
good
alone,
situation for you.
I would be like, go to a friend, go somewhere else, get out of there, like, and then get ready for your next move. But I agree. It's like when you have a kid, you don't want to be like, all right, we're just going to be at my grandma's house for a couple weeks and then we're going to our new house. It's like, it's already going to be a big transition for this kid to lose basically the only and I'm making an assumption. Maybe he's got a relationship with his bio dad. Maybe.
But I mean,
you didn't
when my
mention
son
that.
asked if daddy still liked
if he's
us,
calling this guy daddy,
yes.
then to me, he's the only dad figure this kid has. So I think that's already going to be enough. He might as well move into like his new home with him and mom that is going to feel good to him and have his room and have everything set up. And if your partner gives you any shit about that when you break the news to him, it's just like, I'm sorry, I have to put me and my son first.
Comes first.
And he comes first. And I mean, you don't have to, like, how much time is going on here? Are you going to like make it be a year that you know you're moving out? Or is it a few weeks while some small projects are being done? You know what I mean? Like, but I agree with Jackie. It's like, you're not ready to go yet. And when you're ready to go, you tell him like, you know, I feel this hasn't been a partnership for a long time. We've spoken about this. Nothing's changed. And again, I'm assuming that you've spoken about this. And so I've made other arrangements for us to move on. And
if you haven't spoken to him, this is a good opportunity.
You have to owe him anything when he goes, when did this happen? What's the date on the mortgage? No, you don't owe him any of that information. You guys are not married. So you don't owe him
don't put his name on any of the information. Do this on your own.
Of course,
I mean, I know you're doing it all on the down low. Just, you know, as long as you aren't doing any of that, including like Pat's credit score or anything that Pat could be involved in, you know, make sure that you're doing it. But if you're doing it on the down low, I imagine you're already taking care of it. And what you can do.
Would also just like act the way you want to act. Like, don't put on extra like lovey-dovey behavior where he's going to feel like it was like you were hiding something. Like, I guess just keep letting him dig himself into a hole and you keep reacting to it. Yeah. Like, I mean, ultimately, it does sound like you guys have grown apart. He's going out and making social plans and not choosing to spend time with you. And he's distancing himself. Like, and he's probably just a fucking coward that's not realizing that the relationship needs to come to an end.
Right.
And you're making that decision and prepping your next move. And I think that's okay.
Good for you. It takes so much to get to this point.
Yes, and it's so great that you're like
there.
This is not a good example for my kid.
For you,
because people will stay together for a kid and they'll go, well, my son needs a father figure in his life and this and that. It's like, he doesn't need a father figure that's doing this.
If daddy still likes us, that's not, you know, that's not the
that
place.
Hurts my heart too.
I know it makes me break for both of you, and I'm so sorry you're both in such a shit situation right now. But you're doing the work to get you guys out of it.
Yeah.
And I'm just sending you both so much love.
I don't think you're being a bitch by continuing to stay in the home that you have built with this person. It's your home too. If it's, if it's the kind of thing where he's literally paying for everything, maybe I'd be like, well, you're taking advantage a little bit, but it doesn't sound like that's your situation at all. You do all the housework. You do all the stuff. You do so even if he's paying for everything, you manage the home.
Right.
So it's just as much your home as it is his.
Very much so.
So you leave when you're ready to leave. And I hope it all works out, Jess. I really do.
Yes.
Okay. Let me play this next voicemail. Here we go.
Thank you for calling. Who's the bitch? Tell us in the voicemail who's the bitch. Beep.
Hey, ladies. Big fan of LPN, new fan of Kara. I truly love the existential position I've been put in, thinking about who's the bitch all the time. So yesterday was my birthday, which I am now 34.
Happy
I truly
birthday.
actually just don't care that much. My son is 4 years old, and he is born 6 days before me. So I spend all of September making sure he's having excellent birthday. I definitely spoil him. I love to throw a little birthday party, go out to dinner, the works. I'm not looking for that. But I get home. My best friend cooks me dinner. My husband couldn't make it. No big deal. I come home. I put the kid to bed. And my husband gives me, for my birthday, a bottle of wine and some chocolates. And that is very nice. And maybe I'm the bitch. But I asked him, I was like, did you pick this up today? And yes, of course, because he doesn't pre-plan anything. So am I the bitch because I am kind of not satisfied? I mean, I just feel like it's not very personal. He literally didn't put any thought into it until he was in Boston, and he picked up a nice bottle of wine and a nice box of chocolates. So I'm kind of a bitch because I'm complaining about it, but I would have been more satisfied with a fucking used cookbook because I think that's a little bit more meaningful. Anyways, I've never complained about a birthday present. Now I feel like a bitch.
No.
So, am I the bitch?
No.
Anyways, thank you. Love to all.
Was there a written card? I gotta know if there was at least a written card. I
gotta know if there was a card.
I couldn't even keep my tongue to myself throughout as she was speaking because I just was like, no, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not good enough. And I don't think that you're being a bitch in this situation. And I'm not saying this and I'm not even saying this as like a woman. I'm like what a man has to. Like, I'm not saying it in that respect. I'm saying it from a person that respects another person and the work and the effort that they put into a home, regardless of whether or not you have children. But you do have a child and you do a lot of, it seems, I'm going to assume, work in your home to keep your home and raise your child. And I'm not saying that your husband is not doing those things. You need to think a little, or maybe you forgot and you can just lie and say it didn't get here in time. Lie to me at least. I need you to have thought, even if it is just a handwritten card. Jeff makes me my own cards for my birthday. It's like...
This is so specific to the person, though.
You're right.
Because you are a gift giver. You love giving gifts. And I think you like receiving a thoughtful gift. I mean, there's not many people that don't like receiving a thoughtful gift. I will tell you that I'm a bit of a... I fuck myself over because I'm like you where I go, I don't really care. I don't really care about birthdays. I don't really care about gifts that much. And then I do get a little bit disappointed.
Upset.
But I tell myself, but I'm like, it is my fault because I haven't communicated that. Like for my birthday this year, my husband got me flowers and he gets me flowers at this beautiful place near us. And I'm always like, great. The flowers. Those are nice. Thank you so much. And I do so appreciate them. They're beautiful. Then he'll say to me, what are we doing for your birthday? Are we going to go do a birthday party? Are we going to go to dinner together? What do you want to do?
And you plan your birthday party.
Yeah, because he knows if he tries to plan anything, I'm not going to probably like, that's me. That's like my personality.
Completely understandable.
And like, so he this year like went and like, you were at my little birthday party that I had at this bar. He went and like researched these cute little cupcakes.
It was very sweet.
That were these little bunt cupcakes and they were so cute and they were delicious. And I was like, that is so sweet that you went above and beyond to do that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And he
but
did.
I didn't really need much more gift than that because I don't really care. You need to like, you kind of need, I have a friend who never tells her husband that she wants a Mother's Day thing. And then every year she's crying that she didn't get anything for Mother's Day.
And that's not going to get you anywhere.
And it's like, you gotta just explain. Jeff knows at this point what you like, right? Or what you expect to a point.
Because I don't expect a lot. Like I am still like, I don't really care because I'm not asking for a lot. I'm literally like the fact that he knows all he would have to do is make me a little card and that's all. It's not about the getting. It's not like, I don't want the things. Yeah. In fact, it was very funny because at your birthday, I watched as someone gave you a present and I was right as I showed up and I went to hug you and you said, somebody just gave me a present. And in my brain, I was like, oh, Kara hates that. But I didn't say it aloud.
It was so funny because it was right in front of my friend Bridger, who has a podcast called I Said No Gifts. The whole premise of the podcast is that people bring him a gift and he says, I said no gifts.
He said no gifts.
But my friend, what she gave me,
I'm sure it was wonderful.
Amazing because she made it and it had this inside joke on the back.
Made it. See, then that's
and she made
wonderful.
it and she's like, that I've been making these. I thought you would like it. I was like, I love it. You know, I don't want like clothes or gift certificates. It's like weird. I don't know. I feel weird about gifts sometimes, but then from people that are very close to me, I then feel, and I realize that's my own fucking issue. I also sometimes when someone's like, what do you want for your birthday? I'm like, what do I want for my birthday? I have no idea. My relatives will send me an Amazon gift card, my in-laws, sorry. And I'm always like, I don't know what you want to use this for. I obviously need things. I want things, but I'm not like I'm not like a collector of extra crap. And so I'm not big on gifts. So I guess it's like that's all this to say, chocolates are pretty generic. I think it would have been great too if your husband was like, I'm sorry, I was traveling today. I grabbed these things just to let you know that I'm thinking of you, but also I'm taking you to dinner, but also I'm doing this.
And also, now it seems like this is the first time this has ever happened, from the caller. Don't go into this defensively at all. This is a really great opportunity for you to be like, okay, I know I say I don't really care that much about my birthday, and I really do appreciate the wine and the chocolates, and you went out of your way. But like for my birthday, I'm kind of thinking about something a little bit more personal in the future.
Yeah.
And saying this because the reason why Jeff knows what I like is because I've said it. Because I've been in the relationship where I cried all day because I received something so impersonal and so like, oh, you didn't care about me at all, because I always was someone that said, I don't care about my birthday. And I don't. I don't need the whole month to be my birthday. I don't need the whole week to be my birthday. It's just I care about receiving, and I don't care about this and I say this, so I don't want this from friends. I'm not asking for this from friends. I don't want anything from my friends for my birthday, but from my husband, I'd like something that he thought about just a little bit.
And even when he fucks up and I don't like the thing per se, I always am like, it's so cute that you like remembered I said that.
Exactly.
And you like,
and you thought, and where it came from. Because he did still think about you.
Yeah.
And I will say, I think a lot of people would hear this voicemail and be like, what are you so upset about? He brought you something for your birthday. But that's not what we're coming here for.
Yeah.
We can have our boundaries. We can set our standards a little bit higher than that.
Yeah. And
it
would just be like, I mean, at this point now that by the time this comes out, it's probably been 2 weeks since your birthday. So I don't know if you're like going to go back and harp on it now, but which you totally can. You could just say, hey, listen, I've just been thinking about it. But you can also just like, a couple months before your birthday next year, be like, look, like I would really love this year if you got me something that like you really like that you made or that you.
It's also
like,
silly. There are certain boundaries. Like I have said, this was a boundary from my mother that I have accepted, and I always like it. She'd always said to my father, I just don't want anything for the house for my birthday.
Yeah.
I don't want anything for the house for my birthday or for Christmas or for Mother's Day or things like that. She never like, don't get me a vacuum. Don't get me something that I'm going to use in the home to take care of the home for you. But I like that was a good rule. That was the only rule my mom ever had. And my father, did like to get her things. So that worked well for them.
Yeah.
And it's knowing what, because also sit and ask yourself, what do you want?
Yeah.
Like what does fill you with happiness for your birthday?
Yeah. Or like, I mean, I hate it. I hate the idea of dropping hints. But I mean, I do think you can be like, oh my God, my friend's husband made her like an album of like all these pictures of them.
I'll send you the link to it so you remember it later because it's going to go in and out of your brain.
It's just like communication. Again, I know that's like so boring and we should sell merch for this podcast that just says communication, but it's like, you're not a bitch for being like, oh, you kind of got me something that you also could have gotten like your secretary at work or your assistant. You know what I mean? Like this is very impersonal, like unless you're like a massive chocolate fiend and he got you chocolates from the specific place in Boston that you like. It's like grabbing something at like the train station or the airport is not really like, it's like, babe, come on. And you can like, I'm a big fan of like turning it into a joke. Oh wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much for my gift, robot husband.
Exactly,
you know what I mean? Like, make it into a joke or whatever. And so like,
also think of how you're taking this. Good for you. You know how many spouses would be like, fucking what? Like,
well, especially because you kind of now your birthday's overshadowed by your kid,
and
that
birthday.
Makes sense.
Oh, that's a great thing.
That
actually,
like
to
now
bring
your
in.
husband. Yeah, you're like, listen,
it's so much about the kid.
I do everything for little Johnny this time of year. It would be great if you could like make me feel special a little bit on my birthday with just like one thing. You don't have to spend a lot of money on it, but just something that's like from your heart.
Or something that's just for you.
Because like even your own parents are probably going to be more focused on your kid's birthday.
Right.
You know, like.
So it's like maybe you are looking for something that's more like a spa gift certificate or something that's a little bit more for you to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Or a time for you and your husband.
Oh, that's another thing I get from my husband is I ask for the day off. I get a portion of the day off. I go to a pool. I hang out with a friend. I get to be like by myself.
Yes.
Just because,
with kids,
life.
That's a huge, that's a huge boon.
Oh yeah. Like before we had kids, it would be like I'd do something with him. But okay, let's get to one final email. Really quick before we go. It's a little bit long, but I'm going to try to get through it quickly. Okay.
We got this.
You got it.
Hi, Jackie and Kara. I love you both, and I love the pod. Oh, we got to read the compliments. We love them. Thank you guys so much.
We love you.
A while ago, I moved into an apartment and subleased with 2 roommates, a girl named Lucy and her boyfriend, Joe. We all got along just fine until one day I was in the bathroom late at night about to take a shower. I was super tired and I guess I forgot to lock the door because Joe accidentally walked in and saw me half naked. It was only for one split second and he closed the door immediately and later apologized. And I apologized as well for forgetting to lock the door. To be fair, though, the shower water was running loudly, so he should have realized the bathroom was occupied for basic context clues, but I digress. Yeah. It was an accident. Shit happens when you room with people, no biggie. Everything seemed fine and I moved on.
Oh, no.
But it wasn't fine. Because Joe apparently told the landlord and his girlfriend Lucy about this nothing burger of an incident and made it out to be this huge deal. I know this because my landlord began texting me, asking me why I didn't own a bathrobe and kept reminding me to lock the bathroom door and other weird, gross comments. I hate this. Okay, that's Kara talking. Okay. I don't know what exactly Joe told Lucy, but I guess he made me out to be some sort of seductive harlot because Lucy out of nowhere started acting extremely hostile towards me when she hadn't before. She began screaming at me over nothing and would constantly insult me even when I was just sitting there minding my own business. I often ignored her in hopes that she would eventually get over her weird internalized misogyny BS, but she never did. I thought it was really gross and annoying that the landlord was asking me these invasive questions / comments, and Lucy was obviously taking her insecurities out on me, all because Joe had to tattle and make me out to be the bad guy, even though I literally did nothing wrong except forget to lock a door once. Eventually, the landlord told me I had to move out by the end of the month since Lucy and Joe didn't want me staying in the apartment anymore.
What?
And wanted me off the sublease. I thought it was extremely unfair, especially since the landlord had seen Lucy insult me and scream at me before for no reason and still took her and Joe's side, and Joe never once defended me or even apologized for causing this whole mess. All of this added to my already growing anxiety and depression. I felt like everyone in the building was against me, so I kind of snapped. Right before I moved out, I poured salt water into Joe and Lucy's big potted plants that I knew they had been growing for about a year and really cared about. Parenthetical, salt water immediately dehydrates plants and kills them pretty fast. The day I was moving out, I could already see their beloved plants starting to wither and die, and I didn't give a shit because I thought that's the least they deserve for bullying me. But I still wonder, am I the bitch for getting petty revenge and killing a plant? I will admit I never confronted Joe and Lucy on any of this or tried to explain myself because I was too embarrassed by the situation and how it blew up. So I wonder if I only had a backbone, maybe I could have resolved this more peacefully. Am I the bitch for not trying harder to keep the peace? I don't know. Regardless, I'm so glad I live alone now. So I never have to worry about this crap again. LOL. Sorry for my yapping. I love listening to y'all every week, and I hope this wasn't too wordy and long. Love you both again. Bye.
No, okay. It wasn't.
So, first of all, this is a wild situation.
Wild.
This is completely based on the fact that their relationship is not solid.
Obviously.
Like she immediately, he probably said, oh, I saw, oh my God, I walked in on so-and-so. And Lucy was like, excuse me?
Why?
What did you see? Did you see her?
Yeah.
And maybe he keeps bringing it up or being creepy about it. And then he said something. I mean,
this was an issue before this. This guy will not
stop fucking talking about seeing your naked bod for 1 second. So what the fuck? Joe is a creep, I feel like. And exactly what you said.
I need to
Lucy
know how old. How old is this person?
I don't know. They're probably all in their 20s or 30s. But Lucy is insecure, and that's why she started this shit with you, completely what you said. And I don't think you could have done anything else to keep the peace. This is a one-time incident of which no one is at fault, truly. It's about a not locked door. These things happen. People need to grow the fuck up. And so there's nothing you did wrong that you could have kept the peace. That said, I don't know that you needed to murder the plants on your way out. I understand that was you being a little bit petty.
My brain was
vengeful.
I was like, what did the plant do?
We all go petty at some points and vengeful.
I've definitely brought it up on this.
If they were working on these plants, maybe they figured out a way to ultra hydrate them afterwards and save them.
I don't know.
But it's a plant. It's not like you fed a dog a grape. I don't know. Is this bad? Maybe I'm being a bad vegetarian right now. Plants are living things. I'm like a person that tells my kids, stop pulling that leaf off the tree. That's a living thing. I hate when I see kids just going to town on bushes and stuff and it's not alive.
Yes.
But I think these people also turned your life upside down, like sent you into a bit of a depression spiral.
I imagine this was very expensive, and bet
it was
you didn't have the
expensive
extra
for
money to
you,
do
and
with
also
it.
like, yeah, the feeling of people in your building hating you and like you did something wrong. Like, I'm sorry, what, like, are these people religious? Like the seductive harlot who left the bathroom door open so that
it was just unlocked. It wasn't even, it's like you're the one that opened it up. If we really want to think about the situation, can we think about how creepy Joe has been acting through all of this?
Everybody can hear water running.
Yeah, and also the landlord texting you those things, because I'm pretty sure, I don't know what state you're in, but I imagine a landlord shouldn't be sending those kind of messages to a subleaser in like a private chat situation.
Joe is a creep, and creep recognized creep. And he felt he knew the landlord would he was like probably bragging to the landlord about how this happened. A landlord writing you don't have a bathrobe while you were in a fucking closed bathroom.
Yes,
is so inappropriate and creepy. I think you dodged a bullet getting out of there.
Oh yeah.
And I think if we're gotta weigh in on the bitchuation of killing the plants, Jackie.
It's bitchy to kill the plants. It is bitchy to kill the plants, but as someone that has hidden
we've literally, we've heard of people rubbing alcohol in the shower body wash.
Yeah.
People that are pissing in their sister's shampoo. Like, there's a lot of people doing things for revenge that we get emails about.
In the scheme of petty revenge, I will say A+. I mean, that is it is a weirdly smart,
because it's like something they worked on for a year and cultivated it.
And so while, definitely bitchy, but you're really killing it in the petty revenge game, because, like I would never say to, like you even said, giving grapes to a dog. Like I would never,
like
ever in 100 million years.
I mean, a plant is a living thing, but something that's like a sentient being, like I think we have to differentiate. We're all eating salads all the time. You know what I mean? Like,
and they have feelings
and
too,
they have feelings,
Kara.
but I mean, it is so petty, and sort of love it, but realize that it's a bitchy move. I don't think you should beat yourself up. Like, I think you're living alone. You're living your best life,
and
maybe
grow
your own plants in memory of the plants that you slaughtered, and
that would be nice.
Bring more. What is it that CO2? What is it that plants give off
dioxide.
that we need? Yeah.
It sucks it up. It gives us oxygen.
Yeah. Bring more oxygen to the world. And
for yourself.
Have a restitution plant. Yeah, even though it's not for them. I hope you never fucking see those people again in your life.
I hope you never
crazy.
interact
You know
with
what?
them.
If you guys are a couple and you're so freaking insecure, then get a guy in there. Like, you know, if you're that insecure, like, but then maybe he's insecure about Lucy. Moving in with a couple is tough because it's already 2v1 is already a extremely tough dynamic, and they're going to be on each other's side because you're like, Joe never stood up for me. Of course not. His girlfriend is like probably on him that you guys are having an affair or something.
Or as someone that lived with a married couple, or they try to include you in their fights to try and get you on their side, which no. Very, it's
not gonna work.
Not gonna do it.
Not gonna do it.
But not every married couple. I will throw that. I feel like some are better to live with than others, but I mean, not this one.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you to everybody who wrote in, left a voicemail. Thank you to all of you who write in and call in. We get so many, and I love that. And we can't get to all of them, but we're going to have more bitchathons where you can call in.
Yes.
And also, if something else comes up, email us again, or, if you really need an answer to something, you can ping us again about something. Maybe we read it and then it just didn't fit in with the episode that we were doing that day, that week. So, we love you guys.
We love hearing from you.
Subscribe on Apple and Spotify and leave us a review if you have a chance. who'sthebitch.com. Spread the word. Tell people who'sthebitch.com is where you can get all of our info. Follow us at Who's the Bitch LP on Insta. And
we want to hear from you guys.
We'll see you next week.
And we will definitely see you next week.
Love you, bitch.
Bye, everybody.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.